What's up, hungry homies? So that was we're gonna kind of do like a reverse introduction. So today I had a really cool experience. I went to a seminar in Moncton for the CPA, the Canadian Physique Alliance, my bad. And so there were a bunch of pros there locally from the area, some from Halifax, so they drove in a little bit for that. And there were a lot of first-time competitors there, which is awesome to see. I love seeing people who are interested in the sport and want to get going on it. Not as many like women's physique, figure, or even female bodybuilders there, so a little disappointing in that category. But still, the interest is there, and hopefully I can motivate and inspire other girls who enjoy putting on muscle to grow into those bigger categories. But for now, keeping the sport alive, which is amazing. So keep going up with that.
It's so great to see so many familiar faces and new faces, of course. I did a little bit of stats. We have 19 guests and we have 66 participants for a total of 85 in attendance today. So that's pretty remarkable. Our seminars seem to keep growing and they keep getting bigger and bigger, and we never usually have to worry about not having a good audience, so thank you all for taking part. So we're getting through our guest speakers first, and then we're going to tackle all the disciplines and the judging and all that afterwards. So give you a chance to hear everybody's story. So Alyssa Cavallino, is that how you pronounce her?
Yes.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you did.
So Alyssa's from St. John, believe it or not. She was born though in Kitchener, Ontario, so she moved to St. John. So we wanted to have her involved because she's part of our community now. So she's been competing since 2012 in figure.
Probably, yeah.
And I don't know if you knew this or not, but I was actually judging you when you won your program.
I had no idea. That's kind of cool.
In 2017, I was in BC and I was on the judging panel.
That's
so
neat.
when I saw that, I went, wow, yeah, I remember her now. So she's done a lot of pro shows. She'll probably tell you all about that. But she placed top 5 at the Toronto Pro Show last year, and she looked freaking amazing. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was unbelievable how good she looked. So, without further ado, Alyssa, on up.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. So like Heather said, I started my journey in Kitchener, Ontario. I didn't really know much about lifting weights at all. I grew up playing soccer, and that was kind of the sport that I was into, and it was like only soccer. And then I played varsity for the Wilfrid Laurier University team, where I went to school. Once that ended, I just kind of felt like, well, what's next? Like, I'm too competitive to just go in a beer league and just dig around. I wanted to compete, and I'm still very competitive with everything I do. So then I was dating a fellow at the time, and he took me to one of his friend's bodybuilding shows in Stratford, Ontario, and I just thought, that's so badass. I saw the women, I said, holy shit, like, women can have muscles? Like, I had no idea. I just played soccer, right? And I was so focused on playing soccer, and even my mentality with food and conditioning and training for soccer was, I can eat because I played soccer. And so I didn't really think about what I was eating. It was just like, I'm active, right? And so it's kind of interesting because my body weight now is probably the same as it was when I was playing soccer, but like vastly different body composition. So as soon as I kind of learned to tune into my body and feel it properly is when I started to become successful, and I felt better, just overall better. And so I decided from then on I would stop training for, like a gym bunny, and I would actually focus on building quality muscle. So I kind of started like powerlifting and like a kind of hybrid CrossFit thing, and that's when I went to the show and I said, no, we're training for aesthetics. I don't care about strength anymore. Like, it's cool to have a PR and all, but you want the muscles, right? I'm not focused on trying to break any world records. So I just started competing. And then my first show was in London, Ontario in figure, where I came, I think 4th, but it was like 4 to 4, so I came last. It was a small show at the time. But that qualified me for provincials at the time, because it was the CPA still. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's just go into the next show. And my feedback was, you're too big for figure, so start doing. And that was kind of like when Daniel and Bailey was doing her thing. So women's physique became a thing. And so I was like, cool, I'll do women's physique. And so the next show I did women's physique, same show, a full year later. I didn't really think about competing a number of times in a year. It seemed a lot and overwhelming to me. And again, I knew nothing about the sport. I was just like in it. And so I did the next show, and I came 4th of 5, so second last. We're moving on up in the women's physique, and again that qualified me for Ontario provincials. And then I did provincials, and I got spanked. I got like my ass handed to me. I was not ready. I was going through a really shitty relationship breakup, essentially divorce, and I just thought if I just pushed through and forgot all about it, then I'd be okay. But I wasn't. It was awful. I looked terrible. I've posted it before on my Instagram of just how awful it was, and there's a time and a place to compete, and it was not the time nor the place. So that's again when I figured out nutrition early on, and then now I'm figuring out about mindset. And mindset was like probably the number one thing that you needed. If your head's not right and if you're not focused, there's no problem in throwing in the towel. No one is going to fault you for taking a step back and working on yourself and getting your body right and your mind right. So at that point, I then really started to take bodybuilding seriously. Before it was just kind of like, let's just hop in and see how we do. But that competitive nature in me was like, that was not good enough. I wasn't in the right space. And so I took a year off, moved to British Columbia, and I worked, was basically all I did. And so from then I did Fort St. John, right up north, sort of in BC. Won that, best poser, great. I looked great, very different from my shows in Ontario. And then I did another show, that qualified me, trying to remember. That was very long ago. That qualified me for provincials then, and that was in British Columbia as well, Vancouver, I think, at the time. And that's where I won that, and best poser. So overall there, and then that got me to nationals in British Columbia again, where I got my pro card. So I had like some stumbles, and then I got my shit together, my head right, and then I got rid of a boy, which helps. Prepping solo is actually way easier than having a significant other. But and so then I had like a really cool rise, and then I felt really great. My pro debut was the Toronto Pro Show, where I did well. I was up against some really cool girls I actually look up to, which is really cool. So it's really neat coming into the pro league and you follow all these women or guys, and then you get to stand next to them, and it's such a reality hit because you think you're like in shape, but they're way in shape. And so you have to like really rise up and like change your mindset and just flick the switch and push a little bit harder and do a little bit better and sacrifice a little bit more, but it definitely was worth it because I got to stand next to some really cool people. So I came 4th in that show, Toronto Pro Show. That went on to Vancouver Pro Show in July where I won, which was so cool. To win your first, and it was really neat because it was the same stage that I won my pro card at, and it was the same MC, and so I could kind of compare the two pictures of like receiving the award and having him mispronounce my name, and it was cool. So that was really neat, and then that got me to the Olympia that day, or that same year. So that was July, and then into September, October, I believe. So that was to Vegas, which was quite an experience. It's a very well-run show. We stayed at a hotel just away from the convention center there, so they had like a bus pick you up, everything was paid for, you felt like a complete total celebrity, and it was very cool. I also got spanked at that show too. So I think I came, like at some point they just stopped ranking you, you're just like, and everyone's 15th. So I got 15th, along with a bunch of other people. But I think, if I remember, I think it was like maybe 4th or 5th call out, so it definitely, it's fine. It was a really cool experience, and I've got the tracksuit, right? Came there with her, got a t-shirt, so that was really neat. And then I did the next year, I did Vancouver again, not as well, but like a lot more girls. I think the show was sort of like building up momentum, and so there's a lot more girls there who were just way more experienced than me and older, so the muscle maturity was there. So I came 5th then, and then I did the Rising Phoenix, which is an all-women show run by Wings of Strength, and if any of you ever get there, it's such a cool show. It's very well run, all females, except for Jake Woods, who runs it. There I came 8th, and I beat Heather Grace, and I don't know if anyone knows who Heather Grace is, but she's been in the game in such a long time, and I beat her by 1 place. But I was like, just like, that was the highlight. I didn't care what I placed as long as I beat someone who I was just so enamored by. So that was really freaking cool. And then COVID happened, and I think I lost a lot of momentum with that. I think it was hard. It goes from like the gym was your world to nothing. Was really hard. So I think I lost some of my best years in those 4, how long has it been? 4 years.
Not too long.
Yeah, way too long. So I think I lost some of my best years. So right now I'm really trying to rebuild that momentum in my physique and my attitude. And this last year was actually a really good like re-entry into competing. So I came 8th at the Optimum Classic. American shows are very differently judged than Canadian shows, and you'll see that there's a little more politics involved in it. I'm not saying I didn't deserve the placing, but I'm just saying like they judge it very differently. There's a lot of more favoritism, so you kind of have to get over the politics when you start getting into like the big league, and just take your feedback, accept what the judges are telling you, because that's what you need to improve. So whatever Tyler Mannion or whomever was head judge, Sandy Williamson, like that's what you focus on. Don't worry about what the other people are doing, just like what the judges want to see in you will then come out on stage. So accepting, after your shows, getting feedback from head judges like Heather and otherwise, just making sure that you know what they want to see in you, because that's the only, like you don't need to compete against the next person. They're going to tell you what they want to see in you. So being real tight and accepting feedback and being humble about the feedback is really going to help you improve your physique. So yeah, 8th in Louisiana, which was wild. So again, we're Canadian, we're not used to guns. I have never seen so many metal detectors in my life outside of the airport. It was like a convention center. It was messed up. And I arrived at the hotel, and there's like a casual hostage situation across the street. And there's like, there was so much. Like, can I see your bag? And I'm like, I got protein powder and bands, or like some pump up Reese's Pieces or whatever. It was really intense. And then I flew back home to Toronto, came 4th against some really strong competitors. Coley Emmendine is a really, really strong competitor, and she's a really big up-and-comer, so her and I were super tight. At one point, I think I was 3rd, and I think just she came a bit harder in finals, which is fine. And then the Rising Phoenix again, where I came 8th. 8th again, because I improved 1 place. So yeah, that's been my journey up until now, and now I'm here, and I hope...
I had you 3rd. I was test judging, but I had
There you go, thank you. Had me 3rd. So, no, I appreciate you guys all coming out, especially the first timers. It's a really hard sport, and sometimes it can feel quite lonely because not a lot of people outside of your little niche and your little clique understand how hard it is and how focused you have to be. So these little gatherings are really important to kind of like buddy up with someone and have someone who you can commiserate with and whine about and bitch to and vent and cry, tears of joy and sadness and happiness as well. So just keep these people tight, because these are the ones that understand, and hopefully you have significant others who also understand and can be with you the whole time. And take it for what it is, like Ron says, like it can be gone at any point in time. Like COVID can just take it away, but anything can happen. So just love it right now and enjoy it for what it is, because if you don't enjoy the journey, a plastic trophy or medal really, it's not as exciting as the whole build up. So don't do it for the plastic trophy, do it because you want to improve and be better and learn from it and inspire others, more importantly, because you probably all have like friends who are like, oh, how do I do my biceps? And you're like, oh, I just do this. So just keep motivating, keep inspiring, and hopefully I'll do the same, and all the other pros and competitors and Heather around here. So thanks for coming.
Wow, really well spoken. Very good. Great job, Alyssa.
The squatter squat. I can't see it. You in the back are good, and then okay. In the green.
Gonna get some posing. All right, this portion of the seminar is going to be the posing portion. So you'll see me working with some of the figure and women's physique athletes.
Alright, so we can look at the last week and pose. Okay, I do have
Trying. We've been there. Stare at Shanique. I get the quad though. The hands, easy on the hands. Good. I would pull this back just slightly. There you go. And then really emphasize sitting into your lats. Good. That was great. Good. Nice frame, girl. Good. Really pretty. Good. Okay, quarter turn to the right. Same thing. Take that step back. A little bit cheeky. Good stuff. Now you're facing the other way. So same thing. So bringing your front shoulder back or forward enough that you're twisting around. Really good. Even bring that further. Yeah. Yep. If you can bring that further, set it and turn. Good. Good. Okay. Quarter turn to the right. Face the front. Really pretty. Good. Yep. Same thing. Cheeky look. And then get into your pose. Really nice. You guys, this is really good. Even for like, that's really good. So good work. And then as you're sort of, you know, you've done your poses, you've done your presentation round. So a nice little like, yeah.
Like, what would you recommend for what a good free pose?
Yeah. So I would pick your maybe three best poses, right?
Yeah.
And so like,
Some they don't like.
sure. And like, if you know that maybe your glutes didn't quite come in the way you wanted them to, probably don't spend too much time facing the back, right? But I would just emphasize grace, elegance, show off your muscle. Like, it's a very pretty division, right? So if you're like really thinking really feminine, then I think they're really gonna like it. Always. All right, the day is done. I've taken the braids out. I've had a shower. It was a really fun experience over at the seminar, Stage Ready seminar. My forehead decided to break out the day before. Awesome, cool, thank you, skin. So yeah, that's fun. Anyway, I had a really good time. Made a few connections, and hopefully I can do some more collaborations. Hopefully people start joining and tuning into my YouTube channel. It is a really nice cardio distraction. So if you just want to do your cardio and kind of forget that you're doing it, if you're doing big long cardios, like a boring walk or whatever, please subscribe to my video. I will provide you with that type of entertainment. So I'm still looking to get close to 1,000 subscribers at the moment. So please share it with your friends, tell your friends, watch, subscribe, like, comment, all the above. Ooh, also another really fun big news is I got a new tattoo. I don't know if I can show you it. That's a burn that I got at work, but this is the tattoo. It's a burger. So it kind of goes along with my pizza, and I've got a couple other ones. Can you see? It's an apple pie with a slice of cheese, because it's like a hug without a squeeze. Anyway, thanks for following along, guys. Please subscribe, and tell your friends to do it too. Okay, love you, bye.